What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity here on the HermitCraft server. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? I'm doing pretty good. Today, I've spent the last few hours, pretty much all day actually, it's like 5 in the afternoon, and I haven't started recording or doing anything yet. I've been lag hunting all day. It's been kind of crazy nutballs. The server's been acting up, the HermitCraft server, for probably the last few weeks, but it's been getting really bad over the last week, so it's about time somebody went around and did a lot of that. And I'll tell you, it gets harder and harder because we get rid of most of the, really bad things, but more stuff just keeps creeping up, and little by little, it takes over the lag. And I have to say, there's a couple different tools I've been doing. By the way, first of all, before we get into that, we've been doing blood magic recently. Last episode, we died, obviously, got all my stuff back, which is pretty cool. We went into one of the RF Tools worlds from the gyms, and it was unpowered, so as soon as we went in, I died. So I had to wait for him to get on later that night, way later that night. Thank God, got all my stuff back. It was in a gravestone, so cool. That is the next step that we have to do. It was like his demon invasion world, and that's what I was trying to go to. I didn't realize, and you guys let me know in the comments, to get to the next tier altar, we have to get these special demon, in fact, I'll show you what they are, because I've fought a bunch of guys at his place. Soul, do we have them there? Yeah, there's these blue crystals, soul shards, and then the red crystals, which are called, I forget what they're called. Are they even called crystals? No. Maybe life shards? Let's look it up. Life, yeah, and then life shards. And then these guys in conjunction together, if we go, probably got to take it out. Let's take it out. Let's look at it. Let's get our helmet on. You use it to make the crystal clusters for the next stage. Now, I didn't realize how big of an ordeal this was, but it's really endgame blood magic to make that demon invasion. I think it's called the Convocation of the Damned or something like that. So it is something to work up to. I do have enough crystals just from hanging out with him to do it already, but I think we're going to hold off and we're going to try and do that together and work up to it. There's really no rush. But in any case, in my lag hunting, yes, I found all the highest, chunked areas on the server, all the highest update times, were all the altars, where there was all the witches just chilling out, hanging out. So I turned mine off. We don't need a constant amount of blood flow. But everywhere else in the server that had that, it was really high, and there's still a lot of them going on. So I'm going to talk to the people about that, but we're not going to leave. I want to get it so that we don't have to leave spawners running. And it seems like the bottom line was mobs pathfinding probably, and all the zombies around the world that are holding all the, the drop stuff, like holding fish and holding pieces of stone and other zombie flesh from other zombies. They never despawn, and their pathfinding is really horrible. So I went around, I killed a lot of them. They just spawn right back again. But I'd like to today get to where we could turn off most all of our spawners now that I realize how bad that was. I always knew it was bad, just the spawning in, but the actual mobs, it slows down the server quite a bit. So there's a couple upgrades that we want to do there. One tool that I found extremely helpful in my lag, lag finding, we'll call it, the lag quest, was this distortion flame from Draconic Evolution. It's pretty expensive. 4 nether stars and a diamond and glass, but it's pretty cool. You can repick it up. And look at that. Just by going like that, we're able to look through the world and see what's going on. So it helped me a lot to find different caves and pockets that there were zombies. You may have noticed that there was a little server saved. I am in opt mode on the server right now. I'm still in survival mode. I'm not spawning in items. I could still die while lag hunting, but it's required if I want to be able to look into Opus to see what's going on. Opus just shows you what are all the bad things going on in your world. You're able to, help locate them because it's really big on a server. Anyway, highly recommend these. I'm really glad that we made them. Draconic Evolution really has a lot of cool stuff. But down here, most of this area, believe it or not, I was expecting a lot of our crag base to be really causing server problems in our big AE system, but it really wasn't that bad. And I have a lot of magnum torches set out. You'll notice you don't see really many. Look at there's a spawner. Oh, that's so cool. There's really not that many like built up mobs. Ooh, look at all that in our area, but pretty cool. Let's get these out. They're kind of hard to pick up. Makes you think that you can't because they're kind of like invisible. But in any case, very cool. Today I want to take a break from blood magic and not spawn base. I'd like to get to where we can unchunk load a lot of these other areas. We of course have our wisp spawner, which I turned off because we have so much wisp stuff now that we're not dumping that into the hungry node. By the way, we should look at the hungry node. It's getting so big, but we're not dumping that in there anymore. So we really don't need that spawner running all the time. Let's get off the magnet. I did put soulbound on like everything, including my main ender pouch and like on all my baubles and stuff like that. So if we ever do die again from the RF Worlds thing, I'll at least have all my stuff. The hungry node has, oh man, it's hit over 5,002 stuff, and you can see all the other aspects are going up way high. I ran out of blaze rods while doing this, so I actually added in a blaze spawner, which we're probably going to unhook today. But everything's moving up well. We're going to move this once it hits at least 5,000 in all the primal aspects. So very cool, very cool. We're already being very chatty today. So anyway, I'd like to get it eventually. We got to make our Thaumcraft area soon. Sorry for being so chatty. So we can move all this stuff out. Boom. So it rains and no more. So we can move most of this stuff out of the spawn chunks, spawn areas. And then both of these guys are no longer really going to be running. So we can get all that good stuff unchunk loaded. So very cool. What I want to work on today is over here in the canyon base. Our power is amazing. It's been doing so well. We have so many potions. It's been a phenomenal setup running all of our stuff off of splash potions of slowness. Who would have thought? Tons of power, really good, and I really could go the whole rest of the season just doing that. However, all this big area has to be chunk loaded if we want to use this power, or we'd have to move it somewhere else and chunk load it. All these potion things have to be chunk loaded and are constantly working. That's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of these little nodes going on and a lot of different pipes and transfers. All that stuff. We have all these spawners. This is one of the higher spots in the server. Still, believe it or not as high as what the blood magic altars are when those are running. This is actually less bad on the server. Having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Draconic Evolution spawners. This is still not as bad as the Blood Altar, which is crazy. But it's still bad. It's still this one chunk that this is all in is within the top, I'd say 5 worst things on the server. Now, pretty much all this, in the primary part of this that has to be running all the time is the witches. And that's so that we can get all of our glowstone, all of our spider eyes, our sugar, all these things. So if we switched off to a different type of power, we wouldn't have to have those spawners going. We wouldn't have to have all this going, and we also wouldn't have to have this warp farm going. The warp farm's not that bad, but golems, believe it or not, it's not the worst thing in the world, but they're pretty high as far as the spectrum goes for what they're doing. So all these things are not all that great, but altogether, we'd probably be able to save a lot of the server by not having this. So I'd like to be able to unchunk load this area. I'm not going to tear any of this down, and if we ever want to use it again, we can always link it back up, but we got to find an alternative for power so that, and we'll see how much it helps it by knocking that out. So what alternatives are there? I really, at this point in the game, we're so end game, I'd like to do something that has a very friendly server, like very low server impact, yet we're going to need to make at least around this. I'd say probably 40 to 50,000 RF a tick is what the goal would be, because that's about what this is exactly what our total usage of RF is right now. So we'd like to have at least that, and there's probably more things we'd want to add on. We do have a Quarry running. You see, look at that. It bumped up for a moment. We do have a Quarry running right now, so it's a little bit higher than normal. But yeah, I guess, you know, more like probably like 60,000. If we can do that, that's good. That's all we need. Now, what are things in the server can do that? We can either go big reactors, which is going to require us to have a Quarry running all the time for yellorium, or I think at this point, solar panels is a safe bet. So with solar panels, the highest level one now, generation 32,000 RF a tick, that sounds about right. Maybe 2 ultimate solar panels and we'll be set. We'll be set. And in 2 blocks, be able to handle what this entire area does. So I think that's going to be what our goal is for today. I know, oh my God, it took me that long to actually talk about it. But I wanted to walk you through what my day was. It's been already about 6 hours of lag hunting. So, and this is my conclusion, just scaling down projects, because there's more stuff we want to add. As we want to add more, we got to start to take away old. Otherwise, the server's just going to blow up and nobody will be able to play. And this is true of everyone on the server. Everybody needs to cut back, probably unchunk load when they're offline and things like that. But it is what it is. I can at least do something myself. So let's start to get to work on those solar panels. Oh man, I just watched back that first part of the video. Man, can I rant sometimes. Oh, it's just been a crazy day. It's been a crazy day. Let's get on to the solar panels. I already made up a bunch of patterns, all that's needed for this first level one, which the solars, there's a bunch of levels. There's a bunch of levels. Solar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 levels. It's not that crazy because once we get up to the next level one, we only got to add in 1 new crafting recipe. But this first one is a doozy. I did not realize that it said, oh man, steel nuggets, which we don't have steel production really set up yet. I was looking through all the different things for steel, which was crazy nutballs. Dark steel, electrical steel, that's not the type of steel we want. Solar expansion steel, okay, that doesn't have a crafting recipe. There's railcraft steel. We could set up a railcraft thing with the whole blast furnace, but that's kind of a pain for today. There's the tinker steel, which is kind of a pain in the butt too, but might be a decent way. But I also noticed that from tinkers, the pig iron. Yeah, remember the pig iron? That gets turned into steel. So what I did for our whole little thing, we're doing a pig iron, and that actually makes 2 steel, which you can't find this steel in the world that I know of. This makes 2 steel ingots, then, or you could just do it straight to 4, but I'm doing it from this guy. So this is going, then that is going to get pulverized, which gives us a 10% chance of an extra steel, which is cool. So then that will give us an extra 2. Then we're taking that and we're re-smelting it to get refined iron, which can then get turned into steel nuggets. Oh my God, craziness. So these are all the recipes that are left over after the fact. We have to make lapis nuggets, iron nuggets, and lead nuggets. And then, yeah, all those other things. So it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. But I did realize we are about out of room for the assemblers. So I think today we should set up some more assemblers in our AE room. It's been a project that I've been wanting to do for a while. And I thought I'd get enough for 64 of these bad boys going in. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each of those, I'm going to have assemblers going all the way around them. How many is that so far? 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. So we've got all the interfaces. That's what our patterns are going to go in. And then we'll have assemblers surrounding them. And because we're doing the square interfaces, for the 8E. It's going to be able to send power as well as the data through. Now, of course, all these we're going to have to put speed upgrades on as well if we want this to craft anytime this century. But if you remember back from Mod Sauce, it is bonkers, absolutely nutball bonkers to craft up these things. Wire this guy over to there. So that's up to 24 now. And 24 plus 8, 32. Sweet! So that should be 32 total channels. Bam! 32. Awesome! So now with these 32 channels, the way that we have this configured, we're able to get way more assemblers per interface, because only the interfaces are using up channels. The assemblers themselves only need power. But for each one, we're going to have 4 assemblers running. Whereas previously, when we set this up over at the other one in the tech room, for these ones, we were sharing a single assembler was having a whole crud ton of the interfaces per assembler. So we're able to get a lot more stuff in a smaller, more compact space, but it's going to be crafting slower. At this point, we want these things to be crafting faster, not slower. So we're pretty much all done there. I have more assemblers being crafted up, but let's get all these things into there. All right, guys, doing pretty good. I'm starting to install the acceleration cards to all of them. It needs a lot, though, so it's going to take a while to get all crafted up. In any case, as far as the lapis goes, we got plenty of lapis in our system, and we're still mining more through our quarry. But it looks like the best way to get lapis is probably still fortune. However, let's see. Redstone furnace will get 6. That's not so hot. Pulverizer, we get 9. Not so hot, but look at this. Alloy smelter. It claims you get 18. Which I don't know if I believe that. But that's actually pretty decent. A guaranteed 18. Sag melt. Let's try that. Active without signal. Alright, so it's decently fast. That's nice. We got one. What's this 18 crap? Was that the right thing? It claims 18. But as you can clearly see, that's only 1, so forget you. I don't know, maybe we'll have to set up a fortune machine. I don't know, but we should be able to maintain the amount of lapis that we have for now without having to stress it. Oh, what a garbage thing. So, acceleration cards, still in the making, still got quite a few to make. Something's getting hung up. It's probably all the seeds or something. But we'll let that go. Yes, and I'm going to start making the rest of the patterns that we need. Alright, guys, so I have crafted up the patterns up to the resonant. So why don't we see how long does it take to craft one of these? We got to get at least one crafted up to go to the next stage. That's pretty cool. Oh man, it's going to be even a little bit faster once we put in this final level of assemblers. But I dig that. I think this looks pretty cool. And then eventually as we go around, we'll have these hanging around the entire area. Almost like lights or something. Oh man, check it out. Lapis to build height. Lapis to build height. Oh man. Alright, so this is going to be my getaway of fortuning it up for now to get maximum amount out. Oh man. So much. Oh, fortune is definitely the best way to do it. I have to say. There's just no other way. Oh man, so much. It's just crazy nutballs. Too much experience. All right, so 28,000 lapis now. That's not bad, and we still have, it's not even coming close to the amount of lapis that we already have, just need to fortune up. So we're going to have to work on a fortune machine soon. Looks like that solar panel finished, I believe. Just don't know. We're still waiting on that dang glass. We've got to find a better way to do glass. Gotta. Oh, baby. It finally finished. It finally finished. Yes. Let's take a look. All right. So there we go. Resonant one. Let's now craft the pattern to do the advanced. Bam. Yes. All right. Let's get the advanced one all set up. Let's see. I think I was doing the solars in here, so they were hardened, resonant, advanced. Nice. All right, so I learned my lesson for the last one. If it took that long just to craft up one of the resident ones, we're going to need better glass production. So now this should be all filled up. Awesome. And we can see we're getting glass much faster. Sweet, and I got all the augments in. Still not the best, but it's doing better. Oh, wow. So that was a lot faster that time. It only took me about 2 minutes to craft up. So we can go ahead. We already have 2 of them crafted. I'd like to be able to get to the final level one. But let's do an advanced. Uh-oh. Do we not have a crafter that's big enough? Or are we missing something? Nope, we don't have a crafter big enough. That's so crazy. All right, so I got 13 of the 64 crafters crafted up. Hopefully that'll be enough. I went ahead, I did the room. I used dense diamond ore as the floor pattern. I don't know, I was just like, what would be a cool block? We're not going to use those. Let's just go ahead and put them in. So hopefully that'll be good. Anyway, we are maxed out there. This is going to end up only being one channel. So hopefully it should go to this one first, since it's got to go past this line to get to... Oh, that's not necessarily true. All right, we'll see what happens. Let's see. May not be able to do this today. All right, so advanced. Next. Nice! Holy crap. So expensive. And look at that, though. We already made up 10,000 glass extra. It's already available. That one's going to be going bonkers. All right, so that started. Let's look at these crafters. All right, you going? What are you doing right now? Oh, man, it's crazy nutballs. Oh, my God. So it takes its time. It's not being smart about, oh, you know what? In this crafter, I probably need to do a bunch of the co-crafters for it to go fast enough. Oh, crap. Alright, let's do 10 of those. And I think that should help it to go faster. Because I think that was the problem with the other ones. We didn't have enough co-processors for it to multitask. Alright, now we have 10 co-crafters in there as well. I think this actually might do a little bit better now. I canceled the craft. Let's do it again. Bam! Alright, I think that's doing a lot better now. We should be able to see, yep, a whole lot more stuff being crafted simultaneously instead of just like one. So hopefully that's a good bit faster. Alright guys, it looks like it finished. It looks like it finished. Solar. Oh, man. We got it. We got it. Bing, bang, boom. All right. So now. Oh, wrong way. We've got that guy made. So now we got to make the final solar. Solar Ultimate. Bam, just like that. Bam. Let's go put her in. And then I think we're going to have to set up the craft and then come back next episode to actually see it. Because this sucker is going to take a long time. I was hoping to get it done by today. But I just don't think it's going to be happening. So let's see if we even have the crafting thing big enough. Holy jeez. And we need a lot more glass and a lot more lapis. Look at that. That is just insane nutballs. 28,000 more leadstone solar panels. All right, well, that makes me a little happy to see the only problems we're having is the lapis and the glass. So that's cool. We do have enough iron to get at least one of them. What if we were to do two? Because that's where we want to be. Let's see what that says. All right, glass, lapis, and of course the lapis, we have enough. We just gotta get it all fortuned. Anything else? Oh, that is so good. All right, so I'm gonna let this stuff craft up. I'm gonna break up enough. I think next episode we should probably get an auto fortune thing going on. I'll let a whole bunch of that glass get done up because sand, we're in the millions for sand. So we've got plenty. Yeah, and I think that'll be good, and then we'll get those crafted up for next episode. So anyway, guys, I know today it was kind of a mess. It was a mess for me too. Oh my goodness. The lag hunting. What's really weird now? Really weird. HTTPS. All of a sudden, something happened. Oh no, it's way high again. Never mind. For a moment on the server, it went down to like 18. And now it's back up at 39. So I don't know what the heck. I do not know. But there's something really messed up and funky going on. I'm going to keep on hunting it and try and find it. So, in any case, I'm excited. We'll get our power taken care of. Everything will be all good in the hood. That's right. So I'll see you on, I'll see you after the weekend. Have a good one, guys. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed, and peace out.